starting our science and English program. So this week I'm going to be helping you to learn a bit more about science during English class. So we'll see how it goes. Today we're going to focus on biographies, and I've returned this already to you, and this was your homework, and you were supposed to have found the names of different scientists and what they had created, what they had invented, what they had thought about. So I'm going to ask you a few questions now about some of the scientists that you found online and in your books. We'll get to that next. We'll talk about them in maybe 10 minutes. Haley, how are you? Give yourself a tick. Evan, did you do the homework?
Yes, I did.
Give yourself a tick. Write that question, write the answer down in your exercise. Alice, what is the name of one scientist that you found? The scientist is Edison. Sure. So what is one thing that Edison created, Alice? Called light bulb. Give yourself a tip. Who else had Thomas Edison? Anyone? Give yourselves ticks. Now, does anyone know anything else about Thomas Edison? Was he Chinese?
No.
No. Who was he? What was he? No.
He's an American.
Of course, he's American. Give yourself a tip. The thing about Thomas Edison was he's from actually the same place that I grew up in. He invented the light bulb. He made all of his inventions about 2 miles, about 3 kilometers away from where I grew up, where I went to school. So our area is pretty famous because there have been many inventions. Thomas Edison used to work where I live in America. So we have Thomas Edison. Excuse me? Thomas Edison is dead. He's not alive anymore.
You are American.
I'm American. I've made some other stuff. I've made the class wiki. You know, that's my invention. Eric 1. What is the name? Who did you find? I. Get back to you in a moment. Brenda, who did you find? I. You found Newton. Give yourself a pick. What did Newton do? What did Newton do? Anyone? All right, John, what did Newton do? He what? He discovered chariot. He discovered gravity. That's great. Now, there has always been gravity, but he was the first one perhaps to actually understand it, right? It's not like before Newton there was no gravity, otherwise people would be floating in the air, right? But he was the first one to say, hey, wait a second, there's this force that always keeps us on the ground, which is why we're not floating in the air, right? So, who here had Newton? Anyone? Only Brenda? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Give yourself 6. So we have 2. Gravity. Yes. We're going to get to Einstein. We're going to get to Einstein. Edmund, give me the name of one more scientist. Who did you find? Who did you find? You found who? Oh, hey, Eric. Give yourself a second. Who did you find?
I found Albert Einstein.
Good. You found Albert Einstein too. Who else found Albert Einstein? That's been almost everyone. Give yourselves text. Now, Albert Einstein. What did Albert Einstein do? Now, hold on, think about this. Is he like Newton or is he like Edison? Now you have to think. So, Albert Einstein, what did he do? Anyone? Now you have to raise your hand. That is theory. That E equals mc squared. But what is that? Albert Einstein, the theory. Edmund, is it like Newton or is it like Edison? Excuse me? He is not like who? I don't understand. Is he like Newton or is he like Edison? Now we just need one hand up. Einstein, what did he do? He did something like Edison or did he do something like Newton? Yes, Aaron?
He do something like Newton.
Good. He did something like Newton. What he did was he explained something that was already there. Yes, the theory of relativity. So, like Newton, all he did was just describe something that was already there. He didn't actually create something totally new. The idea was new, but there was no thing like a light bulb. Okay? So Einstein and Newton, they came up with new ideas. Edison actually came up with new stuff, things. Alright? So, we're going to talk a bit about Einstein today, and we're actually going to read his biography in maybe half an hour. Alright? But first, let's talk about letters. I have to introduce a few new things to you. Still working with the same 10, but I'm going to introduce two new ones for you. What is the sound here? Sound. What is this together? Repeat after me. Or. What is this together? What is this together? What is this? What is this? What is this? Okay. Now, this. Repeat after me. R. What letter is it, not sound? What letter is it, not sound? What is this? I want these sounds together. What is this sound here, please? What is this? They should be the same. Okay? So this sound is R. This letter is R. This sound is R. Repeat after me. R. Repeat after me. Or. What's this? Now, what is this over here? Now, this is easily mistaken for the F, but they're not the same. They aren't the same. 3 is not the same as being free. It's not. Alright? Again, Mr. Wu actually hasn't been taught to teach you this, because you're supposed to be taught this in primary school. I'm a secondary school teacher. I don't really know how to teach you how to actually make the sound, but I'm telling you that this is different. Alright? It's like... Alright. So what sound is this over here? What is this over here? What's this? What's this? Okay, let's do some sounds. Cherry, how many sounds are in short? In short. There are 4 sounds in short. Cherry, what's the last sound in short? The last sound. The last sound in short is... Alright, Tommy, what's the first sound in short? Eric, can you speak loudly? Give yourself a tick. Mandy, can you speak loudly?
Yes, I speak loud.
Give yourself a tick. That's a loud voice. Eric, now, how many sounds, Eric, are in Thor?
There are 2 sounds in
There are 2 sounds
Thor.
in Thor. Give yourself a tick. Brenda, what's the last sound in Thor? Give yourself a tick. Alright. Let's see. Yo-Yo. Hi, Dexter. I think we said it was 1 sound, right? We've come to an agreement that or is 1 sound. I count that as 2 sounds. Alright? I don't know if someone can verify that for me. If someone can say that the dictionary considers it 1 sound, then we'll consider it 1 sound. Okay? I think we'll consider R to be 1 sound as well. Alright? R is 1 sound. Is 1 sound. Alright? Ready, Angus? R. What is that word? Give yourself a tip. Ready? Boys and girls, what is the sound here? Slowly. What is this? No. Follow me. What we're trying to do is control our mouths. Okay? You don't want to keep running your mouth. That's why we have funny sounds sometimes. What is this over here? Slowly. What is this? Alright, Yo-Yo. When I change the R to an or, what do I get? Give yourself a tip. Alright. Sounds. What is this slowly? Alright, and finally, let's do one more. Okay, Derek, how many, what is all? That is all. Give yourself a tip. have the day off so you don't have a quiz. There's no quiz on Thursday. There is no quiz on Thursday. Because the principal will come in on Thursday. Tomorrow another teacher's coming in to watch us. Today we're video recording, right? Because people want to see us do this science and English thing.
Thank you, Paul.
Tell Miss Pat. Thank her. Thank Miss Pat. Alright, let's talk now. You will need your exercise book. I hope you will be watching television. Perhaps, Vanessa, you can do it. Alright. I know. It's not my job to put stars up, you know. Boys and girls. We've talked about this before. What is a scientist?
Science of this.
Now you have to raise your hands. I'm trying to train you to do this. We talked about this before. Yes, Bibble. Give yourself a second. So a scientist is a person who uses science, obviously. Now, think carefully. How about, you might not know what this word is over here, but just by looking at this word, what is a terrorist or who is a terrorist? Raise your hand. Now raise your hand, I'll call on you. Eric. Now remember, Kibble, tell us again, what is a scientist? A scientist is a person, a scientist, not scientists, a person who uses what? Okay, good. Now, Timothy, what is a terrorist? No, Timothy, sit down. Sit down, Timothy. We know that a scientist is a person who uses science. So what is a terrorist? Now, Dexter. He is
a man who works in terror.
Listen to me. Just listen to my language. That's why we do the questions at the beginning. So you just listen to me. Listen to my words. A scientist is a person who uses science. So what is a terrorist, Eric?
A terrorist is a person who makes people.
Listen to me again. All I want you to do is listen to my language. Listen to my language, all right? That's why we do the questions early in the morning. The first thing during the lesson. A scientist is a person who uses science. You just have to listen to me. All right? Nevin. Who uses terror. Okay. What is terror, by the way? Does anyone know? Yes.
Extreme.
Give yourself a terror. All right? So, Nevin, give yourself a terror. A terrorist is someone who uses fear. A scientist is someone who uses science. Right? Just letting you know. You might see this again. You'll definitely see it next year. your attention. Alright? We're going to read about a biography of a scientist. Now, I just want you to look carefully at this word, biography. Do you know of anything else that begins with the word, with the phoneme, the morpheme, bio? Any other? Now raise your hand, Harry. Good. Give yourself a tick. So we have biology. Now, yes, Kate. Biochemistry. Give yourself a tick. Yes, Tim. Biography was up here as already. We got it here, dude. That's all right. Nice try. Biologist. Okay. So, by the way, give yourself a tick. What is a biologist? Yes, Keith. Listen to me. Again, you don't even have to look at the book. We've already gone over this. Don't you see with your eyes over here? A scientist is a person who uses science. A terrorist is a person who uses terror or fear. Angus, what does a biologist? What is biology? Obviously, give yourself. Who uses biology? All right. Now, we're looking over here. Biography, biology. They share similar sounds and letters. What else do they share? Now think carefully. What do biography and biology have in common? What are they about? They share some. Now you have to raise your hand. I'm trying to train you. Alright? What do they have in common? What are they about? Okay, you think about biography, you think about biology, and then you'll learn what bio is about. When you see bio, it means something, Eric.
It means living things.
Living things. Give yourself a tick. So when we see this over here, bio, we see life, okay? So the study of life. Now let's take a look at biography. We've done that. By the way, where is our cloth to erase this thing? To erase the board? Where is it? Why am I using a tempo now? I'm confused. Ready? What other words do you know? Use the morpheme graph. So we took a look at bio, now let's take a look at graph. What other words can you think of that use? Yes, Natalie.
Photograph.
Oh, good. Give yourself a minute. Anything else? Photograph. When you see a famous person, you oftentimes want to ask them for what? Yes, Karen. Oh, paragraph as well. Okay, give yourself a tick. I wasn't looking for that, so we have a paragraph, photograph. Yes, Kimmel, give yourself a tick. Huh? Geography. Good. Give yourself a tick. Anything else with graph? Sometimes when you want a famous person, when they sign something for you, it's called an autograph.
I really know signature.
Right? famous person's signature is called an autograph. So we have graph here. Graph, graph, graph. So, what do they have in common? Remember, bio equals life. Graph, 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 graph. What do they all involve? Now you have to raise your hands. You have to raise your hand. What does graph involve? Okay, Eric.
Something on paper.
Something on paper. Good. Usually it involves what? Putting something on paper. Okay. So to graph, to put on paper. Now, someone, tell me, what is a biography?
Life.
Now you have to raise your hand. Control yourself, Dexter. Okay? Yes, go ahead. What is a biography now? We learned this.
Is the life to put on paper.
Okay, yes. Maybe you give yourself a tick. We'll go to Campbell, then Keith. Loud voice, Campbell. Okay, so the person writes his life on the paper? Or someone else? Okay, give yourself a tick, yes? In his life. So a biography is only when I write it. Others can write it too. Yes, Yo-Yo.
Maybe the people die and he have find out something very special, and the other people will write this and to write a book or anything to him and tell to the other people.
Give yourself a tick. Does the person have to be dead to have a biography? No. You're going to write your own biography too. You guys are certainly not dead. All right? Can someone else write a biography about you? Yes. Now, think. Hold on. One last thing. I'll give you one extra credit for this. What do you call a person who writes his own biography? Now raise your hand. Yes, Yo-Yo. What do you call a biography of a person who's written his own? Yes.
Biography.
Give yourself a tip.
Yes.
I mentioned this before. Boys and girls, you actually might learn something if you write it down. When you ask for a famous person, right? The famous person writes his name or her name on your paper. It's called an autograph, right? Graph, to put on paper. Auto. What do you think auto means then? The famous person, not you, but someone else puts their name on your paper. Self, right? Good. Give yourself a tick. You're doing well. So when the person writes his own biography, autobiography, self-biography, self-life on paper. All right?
All right.
Now, this is what we're going to do. We're going to do some semantic mapping. Before we read Einstein's biography, we need to think of some words that are related to biography. Actually, you know what? Cherry, can you do me a favor? Erase everything except biography. Okay? Please erase everything except biography. Okay. Boys and girls, when you think of biography, what words do you think of when you do think of biography? Now raise your hand. We're going to brainstorm right now. We need a few words. Biography, what comes to mind? What comes up in your head? Yes. Life, give yourself a tick. So we have life here. What else do we have? Yes, Yo-Yo, then now. Memories. Okay. Life. Memories. Give yourself a tick. Yes, Natalie.
Story.
Story. Good. Give yourself a tick. Eric Van Kimmel.
History.
History. Excellent. Give yourself a tick. Kibble. Adventure. Okay. Give yourself a tick. What else do we have? John. Experience. Wow. Excellent. Give yourself a tick. Karis. Personality. Good. That's one of our words. Personality. Now, boys and girls, give yourself a tip. When we're doing this here, can you think of any names? Do any names come to mind when you think of biography? Yes, Eric?
Albert Einstein.
Okay, give yourself a tick. All right, so we have Albert Einstein here. Anything else? Yes, Stephanie.
Newton
Isaac Newton. Is that the one? What else do we have here? Yes, Keith. Alfred Nobel. Good. Okay. How about let's focus a bit more. When you're reading a biography, not just when you think of biography, but while you're reading a biography, what words come to mind? When you're reading a biography, while you're reading something about Albert Einstein, what are you thinking about? What words come to mind, Yo-Yo? Just one word. Okay, we have personality here. What else comes to mind, Yo-Yo? Another word. You're reading. You got personal qualities. Yes, Eric?
Birthday.
Birthday. How about birth date? Give yourself a tip. Good. What else do we have? Yes.
Some important year.
Important years. How about important events in those years? Give yourself a tip. Yes, Yo-Yo. Huh? Family. Excellent. Okay. Yes, Natalie. Okay.
Invention.
Inventions. Okay. So we're thinking about scientists. We're thinking about inventions. Give yourself a tip. Important events. Yes. Important events. Yes. Well, okay. Now, when we're thinking about biography, we have some names. While you're reading the biography, you have some ideas. What about where? Where are biographies? Or where can you find them? Where did you find this information? Okay, let's try again. Arnold first. But because what's in the library? What is in the library? Give yourself a tick, Tim.
We can find in the internet.
Okay, you have internet? Sure. Alright, yes, let's go back to Carrie. Okay, books. Alright. So, boys and girls, I think that's enough. You'll have your chance to think of more things soon enough. This is what I want you to do.